Go ahead.
I want to know about sex. It's about the part.
This is the wrong show to call this. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Do the punks care about their sexual partners being male or female or?
Now wait a second. Okay. But again, I thank you for calling. We make fun of the question, but it reflects a basic misunderstanding, which, you people need a public relations person. Is that fair?
No.
No? Oh, okay. Go ahead. Come on, talk about that. Talk to me.
Well, some people do probably have the impression, straight people, that there are a greater population of gays in the punk movement, which is not true. I would say that it is almost exactly the same as any other.
My name's John. I'd like to address, if I may, the issue of punkers as such not fitting in with society. I graduated last year from a fairly conservative Northside Catholic high school. I was one of the administration's boys. I was editor of the high school newspaper. I fit in quite well, but with my appearance as such, I caused a bit of a stir, but nonetheless I was able to function as a normal, productive human being, as any other person, regardless of their appearance. I care what people think of me. If I didn't, I wouldn't dress like this. Otherwise, if I didn't care, I would try and fit in as best I could.
Okay, so you're sort of turning around what I've said, and you're looking at
giving the mainstream something to think about, messing with their minds, so to speak. It's kind of, it's enjoyable. It's kind of fun.
Okay, wait, we're trying to get everybody to understand, especially me, one thing, and that is what I'm asking some of the members of the audience is whether, in fact, dressing the way you do, if in fact it is to create attention, or are there not some of you who wish you could dress this way and not be the subject of ridicule and attention? Yeah, stand up, tell us your name.
I'm Harry Pitts. The reason I dress this way is because I look around and I see all the normal, quote-unquote normal people, and I think of how they act and how they behave with other people.
And you don't like that?
No, because the normal people have started all these neat little wars all over the place, and the normal people have, stumbling. Yeah, they've botched everything up, and I do not like being associated with these, well, I'll call them people, but I'd like to think of a better term for it. And so for me, it's just more to differentiate that I am different from the quote-unquote normal straight person.
You think you're substantially different from me in what's up here because of the way you dress?
And because it's not because of the way I dress, it's just the way I dress is a symptom of how I believe differently from you.
Well, okay, let me skip that part, but you think you substantially think differently than these other people. And that difference of thinking is responsible for war?
That's well, no. It's just, okay, well, quote-unquote normal people are supposed to be so much less violent than we are, more caring about their sexual partners, less into drugs. But I look around and I see all these normal people in the high school hallways, and they're beating up their girlfriends, and they're snorting cocaine, and it's just really sick.
Okay, but the movement, and correct me if I'm wrong, does not represent a departure from that. You're saying that the same violence and the same promiscuity or whatever you want to say exists within your group as a quote normal group. So that you're not making a statement against that, are you? Against that.
Against the beating of your girlfriend and the taking of drugs?
Okay, I want to take a look at the next video, Paul, and you know what's coming up, and I think this is a good opportunity to take a look at something which is a little frightening, in my opinion. Let's take a look at another example of what I think, is this the slam dancing we're going to take a look at? You set up, if this is the slam, you want to set it up? Tell us what we're going to watch. Somebody tell us.
I believe it's slam dancing in front of, who's the band?
Sick Pleasure.
Sick Pleasure. And it's just a release for some healthy energy.
Okay. Excuse me. Let's take a look at it right now. Here we go. If any young children are up this late, don't let them watch.
I said you want some violence. You want my words to be on the You won't even know what it is. Just this. This. What's this? Get it from the I know what it is. This. What's this? Get it from the I know what it is. What's this? What's this? It's one of the
To be out there themselves. They're not grabbing people out of the audience and beating them up. They're doing it to themselves. And what Marvin said about the audience is putting on a show and the band is putting on the show, what there is there's been a barrier breakdown, and the audience and the band are the same thing. No pedestals, no rock star image, everyone is one.
Those
People are having a good time.
They're having a good time. Everybody, there's a bunch of us in here who have all slam danced together, and none of us have been hurt by it. It's like when we were kids and playing Get the Man with the Ball.
Pile up.
Pig piles. There's just like, except we don't got a ball. You know? We're just
or philosophy or something of a greater...
Okay, you want to know if this is considered a religion.
Yeah.
Okay, is this considered a religion? Definitely. Why not? And why does that trouble you if it was?
Right. If we've eliminated our mortal heroes, you know, why should we have any gods?
Our friends are our heroes.
How come if some of the things that you're talking about, some of the things that trouble you about the establishment, why, for example, one would think, for example, there'd be more black people, punkers. Why aren't there?
That is a very good question.
I finally got one. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, the only thing I can see is that lack of media coverage, partially, because the songs would benefit them, you know, the black people, and, like, say, the, you know, poorer people or the lower class people, because it's songs by the people, you know, for the people, and are socially, the social messages are...
Although you're not necessarily all liberals. Is that fair? I mean, aren't there conservative rednecks?
I'm conservative. No, conservative redneck.
You're a Republican. Well, I mean, aren't there people who are as much to the right as to the left?
Yeah.
Levin what? Well, they didn't know Levin was a Republican.
I believe
That man
in
is a
voting.
Republican.
I believe in voting. Yes, I am a
I do
registered
too.
Republican.
I
I
believe in
voted for
voting
Ronald
myself.
Reagan, and I'll help put him back in office.
You know, I don't lean very much more to the left as I do to the right, just because I don't know if I trust anyone in the current government system. You know, but in this coming election, I'm voting for Mondale because I'm afraid I'm going to blow up if I don't.
As gay and violent. Okay, look at the videos. It appears violent to everybody. The guys, they dress up and they're real prissy-like, and then the girls, they're real good. You know, they try to act real hard. And
my name's Julie. I think that people who are into the punk movement have voluntarily made themselves members of a subculture, and subcultures within the greater culture don't possess power. So I think that's why we've adopted so many symbols of violence, is to make ourselves perhaps appear a little more menacing and a little bit more threatening so people won't mess with us.
Kind of like peacock feathers, kind of a show, a display. Okay, that's fair enough. Anybody else have any feeling about
silent. If you waive the right to remain silent, anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Oh, for crying out loud!
Strength and wise leadership.